At the start of the movie, we see two dinosaurs, who are a couple. There were 3 eggs in front of them, from which the newborn dinosaurs will soon hatch. These eggs hatched soon after, and 3 adorable dinosaurs emerged from them. Among them, 2 dinosaurs stood tall and were active, but 1 dinosaur was sitting inside the egg. It was small in height and wasn't coming out. Its parents named it Arlo. Then that couple of dinosaurs take their babies out and show them their house. That couple often does farming and they love each other, and now they have babies. They have become a cute family. The time was passing and these baby dinosaurs were grown now. Other dinosaurs were active in Arlo. They helped their parents. But when Arlo is said to do something he couldn't do it. It gets scared of the small things. Now the dinosaur couple calls their babies to them. They make them understand that sea-like winters are coming. We have to store a lot of food. They have made a storeroom in which they store food. After it, the father dinosaur puts its footprint there. All babies were excited. They say that, "Father, we also want to place our footprint." But the father dinosaur stops them. It says that no, you were babies yet. You couldn't set your footprints until you do a huge work. The day when you feel that yes, you have done something in life, that day you can set your footprints. I will also wait for that day, that when my kids will be like me. Then the father dinosaur says that, "Let me check you today, and if you did the work which I will assign nicely so you can set your footprints today." Everyone becomes excited, but Arlo was still scary. Arlo's brother collects the woods while lifting up the huge trees, and Arlo's sister cleans up the farm. Now they get permission to set their footprints. But if we talk about Arlo, it hasn't done anything. It couldn't do anything, so its father didn't allow it. Arlo gets hurt. Then its brother comes and starts teasing it. "That poor small kid, you can't do anything." Then Arlo says that, "Don't do this, I feel bad. I tried a lot, but I couldn't do it." But its brother's still teasing it. Then its family arrives there. They scold Arlo's brother, "But don't tease your brother." Arlo says that, "You all feel like I can't do anything. One day I will do something, and I will also set my footprint here." At night, when Arlo was sleeping, its father comes to it. Its father says it to come with it, and then they start walking. This is a very cute scene. Arlo's father makes it understand that you can't do anything till you feel scared. "I want to remove your fear. Be confident. It is nothing difficult for you." Then Arlo sleeps. The next morning, when they wake up, Arlo's father sees that someone has taken their store food. This means there was an animal come there who ate all food or take with it all the food. They all were worried. But Arlo's father says to it that, "My son, it is the time to check your confidence." "That what? Did you understand from me? What did you learn? Your task is to bring that animal. The animal who steal our food. You have to trap it in the net. After it, you have to kill it. And if you do this, I'll let you leave your footprints there." Arlo was overjoyed to learn this. Arlo's father helps it to set the trap. Then Arlo waits for that animal. The place where they set the trap, they place the corns there. Then suddenly a wild kid comes and starts picking those corns. This means the thief was not an animal, he is that wild kid. Now Arlo hurriedly throws its trap on him. That kid was stuck in the net, but he screams a lot. In his language, he was pleading to set me free. Arlo is frightened when he sees and hears him, and he wonders what strange creature he is. It raises the trap while being perplexed. That wild kid runs from there. When Arlo's father arrives there, it scolds it that, "What had you done? You leave him after catching him. Your fear has ruined everything. Stop being scared and come with me. Let me remove your fear." Now Arlo's father wasn't scolding it without any reason. It also wants to make its kid a good boy. It becomes as the world will be scared from it. Not it's scared from the world. Parents scold us for our good. Arlo's father takes it with it to a forest, and it starts raining. The weather was rainy. Arlo gets scared. It says to its father that, "Father, let's go back. The weather is not good." Its father says to it, "Oh, keep quiet and walk with me." There was horrible thundering in the sky. Arlo's heart was beating fast, because he was not brave. Now because of raining, they were slipping on the stones again and again. While walking, Arlo's foot gets twisted and it falls down. It says to its father, "Just stop, please." Its father says to it that, "I am also feeling bad that I take my son here. But keep in mind that if I don't remove your fear, what will you do when you're older?" "Okay, that's enough for now. Let's go back." But then it starts raining heavily. A strong wind was blowing, means the storm comes. The flood comes down with the stones. Everything was flowing with it. Arlo's father asks it to move upside. It throws its son Arlo upside with the help of its mouth and tail, so that it can't flow in the flood. But itself it remains downside. The flood takes it away. Here the screen blanks for some time. Because it was an emotional scene, Arlo had lost its father. Arlo comes back to its home from there. It also starts working with its siblings. It used to stay sad. When it was working, it sees that same wild kid. That thing clicks in its mind that its father says to catch him and kill him. It starts running towards him. Arlo catches him, but then it falls in the stream and comes at a far place. While flowing from there, It was faint now. When it comes to its senses, it finds itself alone. It was sad. But then it sees that wild kid. It starts following him and comes on the upside. But then it sees that stream that is flowing towards its home. And then it remembers what its father said, that when you see the stream, don't scared, because you will find your home's way. It starts walking with that stream. But it was hungry. It sees a fruit. It was high on a tree. While keeping its feet on a stone, Arlo starts eating that fruit. But then that stone slips, and Arlo comes down that stone. Now Arlo's foot was stuck in those stones. It tries a lot to make itself free, but it couldn't release itself. The day passed, even the night appears, and Arlo sleeps. But when it wakes up in the morning, it sees that its foot was free. Someone has dug a place there, and there were small footprints around it. It understands that these are the footprints of that wild kid, and he makes Arlo free. Arlo stands up with courage. It starts making a home, means shelter, in which it will live while collecting the woods. Then that wild kid again comes there. He brings a lizard for Arlo, because it was hungry. But Arlo says to him to stay that lizard away. Arlo also gets scared of it, because that was the wild lizard. Then after it, that kid brings a huge insect. He separates its head from his mouth and points it to eat it. But Arlo also doesn't eat it, because it was vegetarian and eats plants, fruits, and trees. Then that kid understands that what it wants to eat. He brings the fruit that Arlo had seen. Now because Arlo was hungry, it eats it hurriedly. That kid understands that what it wants. He takes it to a place with him. There was the tree of that fruit. There were many berries like this on that tree. Arlo's mouth starts watering. It immediately moves towards it, but that kid stops it. At first, we couldn't understand that why he stops, but when Arlo goes near the tree, a huge snake comes out from there. It was about to attack Arlo, but that wild kid attacks that snake. There was a fight between them, and at least that snake gets scared and runs from there. Now they were going to a place. Meanwhile, a giant animal comes out of some woods and shrubs. There were some birds on its horns. It asks Arlo that who is that kid with you? Because they were animals, so they can talk to each other. Arlo says that I don't know his name. It says Arlo to name him. Then Arlo says Spot, so that wild kid turns back and see. Maybe he likes this name. Arlo becomes a friend of Spot. They start walking together. In fact, Arlo was going to its home, but it couldn't understand the path. Then they passed by a place where there was lengthy grass. Arlo moves its tail in that grass. So many fireflies come out from that grass. At first, they become happy. Then Arlo remembers that its father also does this to make Arlo happy. It again becomes sad. Being sad, Arlo sits down. Arlo stands 5 small blocks of wood on the mud, and then put the big wood in the mud. This means Arlo's was telling Spot about its family, that we were 5, but my father died. When it sees no reaction from Spot, it gets sad again, that whom am I telling? But then Spot also stands up and stands 3 blocks of wood in the mud. He puts 2 big blocks of wood in the mud, and he becomes sad while seeing the small piece of wood, because he was that small piece of wood. He wants to say that his parents were killed and he is alone in this world. They hug each other and sit while being sad. The next day, they move for their next path. But then the storm comes. It starts raining heavily. It was the same flood in which its father has died. It gets scared and starts running from there. It hides under a tree, but when it wakes up, it sees that it is far from the stream. It wasn't seeing stream anywhere through which it can search for his house. It becomes sad and starts moving forward. Then it sees strange birds. They were seeming clever birds. Arlo asks them that can you tell me that where is the stream? I want to go to my home. Those birds say that how would we know? We don't have any link with it. The birds which died because of storm or flood, we come out to eat them. Those weird birds ask a question from Arlo. Did you see that wild kid? So tell us. Now Arlo was scared of them, because those birds have eaten a fox-like small animal in front of Arlo. Being scared, Arlo tells them that where is Spot, but when it sees that those birds are following them, so Arlo starts running while making Spot sit on its back. Then big dinosaurs come in front of them. They were huge than Arlo's parents, so Arlo gets scared and starts running on the other side. But then a huge dinosaur comes there who was the father of those dinosaurs. It calls Arlo back and says that don't be scared, we are also vegetarian. Then Arlo asks it that can you tell me that where is the stream? I want to go to my home. It says okay, I will tell you. But an issue happened to me. Someone had stolen my cows. Firstly, you both help me to find out my cows. Now they all start finding the cows. They find the cows. Now that giant dinosaur says that this place where my cows are standing, there are also the thieves of them. It says to Arlo that are you seeing a stone there? Go there and scream, so that the thieves of my cows will come out. It was scared, but it had to search for its home, so it had to go there. As it stands in the stone and starts screaming, its voice was so low, it doesn't seem like a dinosaur. Then Spot bites its foot, and now the real voice of Arlo comes out. It screams loudly. While listening to its voice, the thieves of the cows come out. They were the weak dinosaurs like creepy birds. As they come off, the giant dinosaurs also come from here and starts attacking them. They fight a lot. Finally, those weak and creepy dinosaurs run from there. The giant dinosaurs go from there while taking their cows. Arlo and Spot were also with them. Then at night, they were sitting around the fire and talking to each other. The giant dinosaur was telling them that I have a lot of power, and start telling the story of its power, that I have done this work or that work. Arlo says that my father was also powerful as you, and you know what it didn't. Get scared. That giant dinosaur says that no, my son, it can't happen, that none feel fear. Everyone feels fear, it is in nature. But the real thing is to overcome it. Walk with your fear, but don't let it dominate you. When you will learn that how to face things, you will automatically become strong. Don't overthink. We will leave for your house in the morning. Now Arlo becomes happy. Then according to the promise, they all, even the cows of the giant dinosaur, moved to leave Arlo to its home. While walking they reached the top, that their heads were in the clouds. They were seeing the mountains in front. There was the stream. With those mountains, this means Arlo's house was near. That giant dinosaur says to Spot and Arlo that, kids, I have brought you here. We have to go back. Now safely reach your home. Arlo becomes happy and goes towards that side. While jumping, Arlo and Spot start speaking loudly, because they were happy. But then we see that a wild human was also speaking like them. The Spot was staring at that human. As Spot moves towards him, Arlo holds him. It makes him sit on its back and moves forward. It reaches those stones. But those creepy birds again come there. They hold and take Spot in with them. Arlo tries to make him free, but it falls down. Now Arlo was stuck in the wild trees. It was stuck badly. Arlo becomes sad, but then its father comes in front of it. Arlo immediately makes itself free from the traps of those trees. It starts walking behind its father. It says while seeing its father that, Father, you came back. You were here. But Arlo notices that its footprints were there on that wet mud, but not the footprints of its father. This means it was just its imagination. But its father has said in its imagination that you have to search for Spot. Arlo itself wanted to search for Spot because it was missing him. Arlo moves forward and starts screaming. Then it sees that those creepy birds while putting Spot in a wood trying to eat him. But Spot was hiding in that wood. The first time someone becomes the friend of Arlo, seeing him in this condition, he becomes aggressive. And here for the first time, we see Arlo mature and aggressive. Arlo screams loudly, but then the flood comes. Everything was flowing with it. Arlo doesn't care about it, and it jumps in the stream. It has saved Spot. It somehow takes Spot out of the stream, but its body was wounded badly. This means it was badly injured. They move forward from there. The Spot was sitting on the back of Arlo. Then he sees that wild human again. This time Arlo allows him to go to that man. Then Spot immediately comes down from its tail and runs towards that wild human. He sees that he is my father. His mother and siblings were also there. Spot's father loves him. He makes him sit in his lap. And when Arlo sees this emotional scene, it also remembers its family, and it becomes sad. Then Spot immediately comes to it and sits on it. This means he still wants to search for Arlo's family with it. He wants to go with it. Arlo, while keeping him far from its mouth, says him to go to his family. This is your place. You deserve love and care. They sadly say goodbye to each other, unwillingly. Now Arlo moves towards its family. Arlo keeps moving and finally, it sees its house in front. It starts weeping. Its mother and siblings also come from the front. They meet each other, but they were also missing the leader of their family, means the father of Arlo. Arlo's mother says that you have done a great job. Now it is the day when you will fulfill your father's dream. It's said that when you will be done. Great work, you can set your footprint that day. Come and set your fingerprint. Arlo becomes happy that it have fulfilled its father's dream. It becomes as its father wants. Its father wasn't with it, but it will always stay strong, and will always remember its father with it. It also sets its footprint with its father's footprint. With this ending, the story of the movie ends here. I hope you liked this movie.